Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the Pole Position YouTube channel. In this video we are going to be talking about the Brazilian Grand Prix, or the São Paulo Grand Prix as it was known this year, and what a weekend for Lewis Hamilton. Not only did he start at the back of the grid after the issues they had in qualifying for the sprint race on the Saturday, he made his way up the order, finished in 5th place, but then obviously took a grid penalty. We saw him start 10th. He then went on to win the race, overtook Max Verstappen during the race as well, and secured what was arguably one of his best race weekends and best race win. So we're just going to go through it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, like I said, arguably one of Lewis Hamilton's best race weekends, if not his best weekend in Formula One. Not only, did exceptionally well in qualifying on the Friday, got pole position. That was then taken away from him due to the issues they had with the rear wing. So he was demoted, so he went all the way to the back of the grid for the sprint race on the Saturday. But like I said, made his way through the order. It was only 23 laps, and I think by lap 10 he was already up to midway through to where 10th position was, so he'd already made so many places, overtook the lesser teams at the back. Obviously in a Mercedes you would expect him to do so, but sometimes Sao Paulo and the Brazilian Grand Prix isn't the best race circuit for overtaking. It's normally only the start finish straight with the DRS zone. So yeah, great job from him, and managed to get up to 5th place. This was the weekend that they took a new engine, so either way he was always going to take a 5-place grid penalty. So finishing 5th in the sprint race saw him start 10th position on Sunday, but from there again did exceptionally well, and I think by lap 2 or 3 he was already being overtaken, or already overtaking his teammate Valtteri Bottas, who again did really well over the weekend but had a poor start. Max Verstappen managed to push him out wide. Max had the inside line going into the first turn and managed to defend well against Valtteri Bottas, so already he was in 3rd position. I think that affected him, and then Sergio Perez was able to overtake him as well, so on the first lap he'd been dropped down to 3rd place. So once Lewis got into that 4th place position, you knew it was only time before Bottas was asked to move out the way, which of course he did. But again, like I said, overtook Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton made his way past Sergio Perez, and then like I said went over to Max Verstappen. Not as much of a battle as I would have liked. I think there was still a few, there was at least a second for quite a few laps, at least 10 or 11 laps, where there was a second gap, but there just wasn't. Max again was I think using all of his energy in the car for the start finish straight, knowing that Lewis may have DRS. So maybe it wasn't a huge battle, but in the end we did see some manoeuvres by Max, I think is the nicest way I can put it. I was doing the live stream on the Let's Talk Sport YouTube channel, and I did think I was a bit surprised at the time that maybe Max didn't get a penalty at that point, because it looked like from the live feed that he didn't really turn the steering wheel much during that sort of battle, and they both went off the racetrack because of it. Obviously we got the FIA team radios between Red Bull and Mercedes as well, which is always comical, but ultimately we have seen the race footage now of the onboard on Max's car, and it does look like he waits till the very last minute to turn the steering wheel. So obviously Mercedes have put that in for a stewards review. Whether they get anything back from it, I'm probably doubtful that will be, but I think they had to do that. But ultimately I think the next lap or the lap after, he managed to get the move done and secured what was a perfect race weekend in the end in terms of his driving to secure that race win. Obviously he had the Ayrton Senna inspired crash helmet as well. He had the Brazilian flag when he crossed the line as well, and the fans loved him at that Grand Prix this weekend, and he said he hasn't had that really since the British Grand Prix, because I think a lot of the circuits recently have had a lot of Max Verstappen support. So going into it now, the gap has sort of dropped to 14 points now, so Hamilton is only 14 points behind to Verstappen with only 3 races left to go. Mercedes as well have clawed back some points, so they're now 11 points ahead of Red Bull, and obviously the next race is the Qatar Grand Prix this weekend. Obviously, like I said previously, this is a brand new circuit for the Formula One team, so apart from maybe a bit of simulation simulator work for the drivers, and a bit of maybe again some simulations for the race engineers. This is a brand new circuit for Formula One, so this is going to be interesting. Again, Qatar and Saudi Arabia are two brand new tracks for Formula One, so there isn't any data, really, some historical data that teams can go back on. The last race, of course, is in Abu Dhabi, which of course we go to every year in terms of the last race of the season, but these next two may be crucial, very much crucial for the championship. So let me know, who do you think after this now, with Lewis Hamilton only 14 points behind Max Verstappen and Mercedes only 11 points ahead of Red Bull, who is going to finish top in both of them? Do you think Mercedes can still clinch that Constructors' Championship, and do you think Lewis Hamilton has that opportunity now to overtake Max Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship? Let me know your thoughts. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, it really does mean a lot as well, and of course check us out on the race watch-alongs for the Let's Talk Sport YouTube channel as well. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, see you soon.